The bass hit like a bomb. The crowd froze, and out of the smoke came a figure dressed in gold, wrapped in rhythm, speaking a new world language. Shabba Ranks didn't ask for attention. He rewired the way music moved, from Kingston corners to Tokyo clubs. He wasn't just a superstar, he was a system shift. But just when his voice got loud enough to echo across continents, controversy silenced the sound. Born as Rexton Ralston Fernando Gordon in 1966, he was raised in Seaview Gardens, Kingston, a place where music was survival, and the streets echoed with homemade sound systems. Young Shabba didn't grow up in studios. He grew up collecting bottles. One night, he skipped his bottle collecting shift just to sneak into a dancehall clash where Josie Wales, one of the fiercest DJs in Kingston, was about to perform. Shabba didn't have a ticket, didn't have a plan. But when the bass dropped and Josie started to spit fire, everything froze. The crowd moved as one, smoke in the air, speakers shaking walls. That moment cracked something open. It wasn't just admiration, it was ignition. Shabba didn't want to be a fan anymore. He wanted to take the mic and set the place on fire himself. Expelled from school, no roadmap, but fate stepped in. Josie Wales saw something. He gave the kid a chance, a studio session with the legendary King Jammy. In that room, the myth was born. At first, they called him co-pilot, but that voice, that fire, it needed no cosign. Shabba Ranks emerged, all grit, rhythm, and raw command. Where others mimicked, he created. Baritone heavy, battle-tested. Night after night, clash after clash, he carved his name into Kingston's concrete. By 1989, he wasn't just a local legend. He was writing dancehall's new chapter. Dembow wasn't just a dancehall anthem. It became the heartbeat of a genre that would dominate Latin charts for decades. Entire genres owe him a nod. Then came As Raw as Ever in 1990, his major label debut with Epic Records. A thunderclap. It won him his first Grammy, then another the next year. Shabba wasn't crossing over, he was dragging the genre with him. When it came to style, Shabba didn't follow trends. He set them. Gold Cuban link chains stacked like armor. Custom-tailored leather jackets with silk linings and gold hardware. Designer shades so dark they looked like secrets. Versace, Dita, and Cartier. Crocodile skin boots. Louis Vuitton belts with diamond-tipped buckles. Shabba didn't just walk. He entered rooms like a headliner, dressed like street royalty on a global runway. Luxury became something else. Dangerous, like a warning wrapped in velvet. That same precision carried into the way he traveled. First class wasn't enough. Shabba flew private when he could, but even commercial came with rules. Always aisle seat, always blacked out shades, chauffeur to the tarmac, leather duffels, not rolling bags. 5-star only, from the Ritz in Paris to the Mandarin Oriental in New York. Room service had to know his name before he checked in. And the suite, top floor, always, with a piano if possible. His wrist told stories too. He wore time like a statement. Cartier Santos in gold, Rolex Day-Date with a custom face, a Patek Philippe tucked under a sleeve like a secret. Nothing gaudy, everything rare. No diamonds on the dial, because real power doesn't tick loudly. Shabba didn't chase status. He moved like it was his birthright, silent, certain, and already crowned. So when he lit up MTV, it wasn't a breakthrough, it was a takeover. He collaborated with Johnny Gill, Maxi Priest. Slow and Sexy, House Call, Mr. Loverman weren't just songs, they were international anthems. And Mr. Loverman, a cultural quake. Built from Deborah Glasgow's Champion Lover, it honored her legacy and made Shabba immortal. For a flash of time, he was everywhere. Magazine covers, stadium stages, the face, the voice, the energy of a genre gone global. It happened during a British television interview in 1992. Shabba was asked to weigh in on Boom Bye Bye, a track by Buju Banton that openly called for violence against the LGBT+ community. He could have taken a neutral stance, could have backed away. Instead, he doubled down, quoting scripture and referencing crucifixion as justification. The reaction was immediate. The audience went quiet. The outrage went global. Tours vanished, labels cut ties, Radio shut him down. Dancehall's greatest hope for crossover success was gone. Later, he issued an apology, made it clear he never supported violence. But the damage already done. Shabba vanished. He moved to the US, started a family, left the stage behind. The man who once roared in gold and bass now lived quietly, with his wife Michelle and their 2 sons. Behind the silence was reflection. No matter how loud the world got, one voice always centered him. Mama Christie, his mother, his anchor. She raised him with strength and sacrifice. Even at his peak, he never forgot her. He sent money home, built her comfort, honored her grit, and when the spotlight burned out, it was her voice, not the crowd, that likely echoed loudest in his heart. The world moved on, but Shabba waited. In 2011 came None of Dem, a quiet signal that the fire still burned. Then in 2013, App Ferg said his name, and the internet listened. Shabba went viral, and suddenly Gen Z was Googling the dancehall king. Cameos followed, cultural nods from Migos, a salute from Busta Rhymes. No chart domination, no media storm, just presence, steady, undeniable. In 2024, a homecoming brought the legacy full circle. Shabba performed in Jamaica, honoring Aston family man Barrett, the legendary bassist of Bob Marley and the Wailers, who had just passed. Then came Reggae Land in the UK, the crowd roaring. He had once disappeared, but the world hadn't forgotten. By 2025, the spotlight came looking for him. Shabba Ranks is back, not with an album, but with presence. Earlier this year, he headlined The Saint, Thomas Carnival Village, standing tall on Caribbean soil, mic in hand, voice unchanged. The crowd electrified. From festival stages to family screens, Shabba moves with quiet power. He lives in New York now, in comfort, in peace, in legacy. 2 sons, a wife who stayed beside him since the silence. No scandals, no gimmicks, just presence. And the world hasn't forgotten. YouTube features revisit his style. TikToks echo with his voice. And when he showed up at Coco T's funeral earlier this year, not as a star, but as a brother, the crowd didn't cheer. They stood in silence. Because sometimes greatness doesn't speak, it shows up. Shabba isn't trying to reclaim the crown. He already wore it. Now, he's just reminding the world who made the kingdom. He's still here, quiet, grounded, reportedly worth $2 million. Not what he once earned, but more than enough. He's not topping charts, but he doesn't have to, because his voice is embedded in the DNA of music, in every dancehall artist who followed, in every reggaeton drop, in every hip-hop cadence that borrowed his boom. Shabba Ranks wasn't just a sound, he was a signal. He didn't climb into music history, he bulldozed his way in. Mic first, unapologetic to the end. He stumbled, he vanished, but he never truly left. And when someone whispers Shabba on a track, the world still listens.